I am Chris Wood, and I am 52 years old. I am a 5-year revenge retaliation, full physical, identity theft, injure, torture, medical blacklist, kidnap, sex assault, false arrest, lies, time buying, cover-ups, medical treatment refusals, discriminations, tortures. I am the end of my bloodline. My mother was stalked and murdered. My dogs were killed. For revenge retaliation through Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, their doctors, ex-CEO, and patient relations. 2 mental health workers, O.P.P cops, their accomplices, and justice of the peace. Organized trafficking, framing, sex slavery, tortures, kidnapping, false arrests, extortion, identity thefts, identity frauds, murders, attempted murders, all taking place in Napanee. That there is a guy in Napanee. He goes by the name, he has many aliases. Actually, I'll show another picture. Bill Waldridge, alias names, Bill Waldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, Stephen Mabin, which is the first picture I showed you, who is also a wanted inmate escapee as well. And this is one of the faces and names he is using. James Bubbles and Robert Cross. 149 Center Street North, Napanee, Ontario. Bald, glasses, approximately 70 years old. Sex slave trafficker for ex-O.P.P chief or commander before he left Napanee in 2019. He's guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit murder. That is good old Dale Hartwicks. He is guilty of aiding O.P.P, guilty of torture crimes, and he is now guilty of attempted murder on me for drop charges through O.P.P and free meth. His boyfriend, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns, is guilty of torture, guilty of attempted paralyzing me, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit, aiding his boyfriend Dale to get his charges dropped. They're speedheads, sex offender, pedophiles. They are rat informants, and they're guilty of murders and attempted murders now with the cops. Making them me being the end of my bloodline, making them guilty of murdering the entire Wood bloodline. They are also guilty of stalking and murdering my mother. They're guilty of torturing and killing 2 of my dogs. All for O.P.P revenge. This is a picture of me. That's a picture of me. But as it stands, the ones showing they are guilty, there is another one too. I gotta show you their picture before I forget. That's the one known as Bill Frederick Gerbler Hardy. He's a drug trafficker and he's guilty of identity thefts, identity frauds, welfare frauds, pension frauds, old age security frauds. Guilty of stalking my mother with Bill Wooldridge, or the one known as Bill Wooldridge, the first guy showing, and guilty of murder, and attempted murder on me. Animal killer, meth trafficker, guilty of attempted murder, guilty of killing my dog, Tyler Teabag Lake. Robert Kane's little meth-fed piece of shit, untouchable. And the one known as Jason Gimpy Two-Step Vanalstine, the crack-fed crackhead, guilty of identity theft, guilty of torture, guilty of attempted murder with the intent to commit identity fraud, disability, and insurance fraud. All with and for Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, ex-chief or commander, year 2019, staff sergeants, years 2019-2021, Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Robert Kane, 7224, Dave Weiss, Stacy, mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS, Shelley Huffner, Dr. Tatiana V, a.k.a. Margie V, Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, criminally negligent, involved in co-committing and covering up with criminal intent, and then having me falsely charged to prevent anything legal on them and to get away with their crimes against me. The Justice of the Peace. Organized trafficking, slave trafficking, injuring, torturing, false arresting, kidnapping, blood and piss forcing, slave trafficking, homeless exploitation, stalkings, drug trafficking, sex assaults, homicides, torture crimes, and murders is what they're all doing and getting away with in Napanee, and it's being covered up. I live in Tyandanega. This is happening in Napanee, Ontario. Families are murdered and missing. Anybody that goes missing, especially in this area, it is the police, it is the doctors who are most likely involved in covering it up, and it is the pieces of shit named who cannot be touched or arrested without $22,000. Be safe, beware. This is serious.